Hi, Maria here from The Conscious CEO. Now, I get asked this question all the time. Is there a particular technique in NLP that can be most effective in the application of business? And which one is it? Now, the funny thing is that this is a really big question. You know, if there was only one particular technique, we would only have to learn one thing. But this is kind of like a double-edged sword, this particular question. On one side, we have, how do we improve with what goes on the outside? And what, on the other side is how do we improve what goes on the inside? How do we make decisions better? And the thing is people, the biggest problem people have is detecting strategies and identifying what actually motivates them and what motivates others. And knowing how to really be able to persuade or convince others in being able to do so. So in essence, we're always selling our services, right? And we do this in a way when we're marketing across, in various forms. At the moment, it's predominantly online. So our mastery of linguistic patterns is incredibly important. So you've got to be able to master yourself, to be able to know how to be able to apply a specific tool and technique in NLP to support you and accelerate that process. So there never really is one specific technique. And I think, you've got to be able to, when you do know what strategy you do need to improve, is to rehearse it a number of different times and be relentless in the application of it, to be able to instill it in a much more deeper level. And I think a lot of people who learn NLP, they don't take the time to shift themselves enough to their purpose and make sure that their purpose is really well defined. So your ability to give up past failures and create new positive experiences is what drives a person in being able to make better decisions in business, be more adaptable and resilient moving forward in their business, right? So what happens is you must clearly define and have a plan and constantly make adjustments in that plan when you're moving forward. Stopping and starting can create what we call a pattern interrupt when wanting to move forward in being able to create consistent flow within the business structures, especially as a leader, right? So you want to be able to redefine both sides of the spectrum, both sides of the sword, what's happening on the inside and what's happening on the outside, to make sure there's a definitive direction in both aspects. So the process of being in business is like being alive, right? As a business has a life, it's an organism of its own, and it must be thriving. If it's not thriving, it's not. Simple, right? And when it's not thriving, you're not actually doing the right things, or you're not doing enough of the right things. So in business, we're constantly solving problems and not just fixing things that are wrong, right? People do what they tend to do is they create problems that don't exist by making them goals and finding out how to actually problem solve their way in being able to achieve their goals successfully. So the environment of a business is where you look and see what is going on, and you make the adjustments in being able to move forward and expand on how to be able to make bigger changes within the business from where you are heading, right? So there isn't really one way to be able to create business success with NLP. It takes a variety of different tools and techniques, and identifying what exactly it is that's preventing a person from solving a problem or moving forward within their business. A lot of the times it can be simply they don't know how to make really healthy, robust decisions effectively, or it could be that their environment isn't supporting their motivation and drive moving forward in their business. So if you'd like to learn more about what tools and techniques you can actually apply into your business, to be able to increase its performance, not only within the business, but also within yourself, to create that certainty and drive and resilience moving forward, and have that clarity to know where you're heading, this year, to be able to adapt and overcome anything that might come your way. Reach out, and I'd love to share the trainings that we do have. I trust this has been valuable for you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.